live and in living color from the Gilvan Broadcast Center right here on the Washington Street campus of Amarillo College. It's Jackson Street Presents. Today we get down in the red dirt with Dan Johnson of Dan Johnson and the Salt Cedar Rebels.
I know a place no other like it, stars at night are big and bright. All around the world it's known. I'll tell you about my Texas home. This is how we Texas. Yeah, this is how we Texas. Well, this is how we Texas. Whoa. Amarillo, Galveston, Fort Worth, Lubbock, Austin, Dallas, Corpus, San Antonio, El Paso, Padre, Houston, Billy, Bob's, Bob, Wills, Will, Rogers, Roger, Mills, Paladura, Ground Control, Six Flags, Alamo. This is how we Texas. Yeah, this is how we Texas. Well, this is how we Texas. Whoa. Spurs, Texans, Astros, Rangers, and the Cowboys, Mavs, Rockets, Dallas Stars, Frogs, Raiders, Aggies, Horns, float the river, Guadalupe, six-pack in a tube, highfalutin city folks of blues, jeans, and rodeos. This is how we Texas. Yeah, this is how we Texas. Well, this is how we Texas. Whoa. Street, Green Hall, Mucky Duck, and ACL, Golden Light, Blue Light, and Lukenbach every night. Lone Star, Shiner, Bach, Barton Springs, around Rock, Oil Field, Roughnecks, and Cowboys, a two-step. This is how we Texas. Yeah, this is how we Texas. Yeah, this is how we Texas. Whoa, we got Wheeling, Willie, Towns, Jones, Miller, Price, Buck, Owens, Orbison, and Buddy, Holly, Keene, Lovett, Led, Billy, Freddie King, Lightning, Hopkins, ZZ Top, and Janis Joplin, Jerry, Jeff, Stevie Ray, Ray Wiley, George Strait. This is how we Texas. Yeah, this is how we Texas. Well, this is how we Texas. Whoa, well, the stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas.
Right here on Jackson Street Presents, we've got Mr. Dan Johnson of Dan Johnson and the Salt Cedar Rebels. Thank you for coming out to Jackson
Absolutely,
Street.
man. It's a pleasure.
Really appreciate
you guys.
Love your sound, man. How long have you been doing this, man?
You know, I'm a little older than your typical artist around here,
Yeah.
so I've been at it a while. I played for quite a while when I was a kid, and then I actually had kids, and so I stopped playing music for quite a while I was raising them. And it's been about the last 3 years that I really picked it back up. During that whole time, I was really writing a lot of music, though, just not performing it live. And so now I've got a lot of stuff that I can perform live, so it's kind of nice to be able to bring back a lot of the songs I was hoping to play.
A lot of material, huh?
Oh, my gosh.
Now, you're originally from Kentucky, right?
Yeah, I grew up in a little farm in Kentucky, and then I've been in Amarillo about 15 years now.
15 years. How do you feel about the music scene here in Amarillo?
I feel like completely blessed to be just part of everything that's going on. I mean, you've got to understand that a few years back, before all of this started, there just wasn't a lot going on. You know, you'd find a little cover band here or there. There was a couple of bands that were doing well. But everything just exploded, and it was like there was something in the water, you know. I mean, we all started jamming together down at a place called the Golden Knight, which is the oldest continuously operating bar and restaurant on Route 66. It was a cool place for everybody to get together and start these gigantic jam sessions. Well, from that, everybody kind of split off and said, well, I like your sound, you like my sound, let's start making music together. And now you've got, a good 7 or 8 like really solid bands, and, probably 15 altogether that, people that I don't even know about. But yeah, a lot of people that are full-time traveling musicians now.
And I like your sound. It's really tight, great lyrics.
Thanks, man.
What are some of your influences?
That's an interesting question. Somebody told me the other day that listening to my live show was like Waylon Jennings meets Guns N' Roses.
Oh my goodness.
And so I guess, you'd have to go all the way back. Like I grew up, my dad was a guitar player for a Southern rock band. I grew up on a lot of Leonard Skinner and Allman Brothers. And so for me, the Texas country or the Texas red dirt environment is a lot like the old Southern rock that you got in the 70s. It feels very, very similar. So, if you had to say, somebody said one time it was like a modern day Leonard Skinner, but lyrically I write all of our music, and lyrically it's a lot like Chris Christopherson. He's a huge influence on me.
Great guy.
Great artist. Just absolute respect. If one of these days I'll get to go see him play live. But,
I hope so.
And then you fast forward to musically, and literally I grew up on a bunch of like Metallica and Guns N' Roses and stuff like that. And so somewhere in the middle of really rootsy traditional country and fairly intense rock. That's sort of where I settled.
Well, I like what you do. We play you a lot here on FM 90
I
and
know,
Text
thank
Tunes. We really appreciate you coming out. I like
Yeah.
your sound, man.
Thanks,
like I
man. I
said, it's
appreciate it a lot.
authentic,
Yeah.
it's heartfelt, and it's just great music. You want to do another one for us?
Yeah, I'd
As
love
It
to.
Seems?
Yeah, let's do a song called As It Seems. It's off the next album.
Off the next album, right here on Jackson Street Presents. It's Mr. Dan Johnson and Dan Johnson and the Salt Cedar Rebels with As It Seems.
Take my heart in your tender hands, treat it gently, it's all I have. I don't mean to be scared and weak as I am. But I've seen those who would watch me bleed as they ran. So show me now, love is more than just what fools may dream. You know how bad I want to believe. This is just as strong and beautiful as it seems. Someday I'll be the one who's strong. I'll come round, but will you hang on? Let me lean on your hope and strength for a while. I'll repay all I borrowed, babe, give me time. So hold me near, someday we can build the life you dream. I won't let you down, look in my eyes, tell me you believe. This is just as strong and beautiful as it seems. Hold me near, someday we can build the life you dream. I won't let you down, look in my eyes, tell me you can see. This is just as strong and beautiful as it seems. This is just as strong and beautiful as it seems.
Oh, thanks.
Mr. Dan Johnson of Dan Johnson and the Salt Cedar Rebels right here on Jackson Street Presents. If you want to find out more about Mr. Johnson, you can go to Dan Johnson and the Salt Cedar Rebels on Facebook. You can get their music at saltcedarrebels.com. Thank you, Dan, for coming out.
Appreciate
Spending
you, dude.
some time
It's been
here
nice,
on
buddy.
Jackson
Yes, sir.
Street. You want to leave us with one more song?
Yeah, let's do that.
How about Roll on River?
Roll on River sounds perfect.
Right here on Jackson Street Presents, it's Mr. Dan Johnson of Dan Johnson and the Salt Cedar Rebels.
I'm standing by the river, rolling along since who knows when. Well, I can't say where it's going, only God knows where it's been. I'll bet it is a drop from a mountaintop where the snow gave way to spring, or a drop that came from a pouring rain farmers prayed that God would bring. That drop there might be a tear that a heart-broke lover cried, sitting on some stone feeling all alone cause her boy had said goodbye. Roll on, river, find your sea, move along now, don't mind me. You know where you're heading, you'll find your direction. I'm still guessing where I'm supposed to be. I've heard it said that a man can't step in the same river twice, for the water rushing by your feet too quickly passes by. Ain't life strange how fast it changes, years fly by like days, and your worries for tomorrow only steal your joy today. But I brought to you my troubles, can I sit down by your side? Let my worries go, let your wise old waters carry me away. Roll on, river, find your sea, move along now, don't mind me. You know where you're heading, you'll find your direction. I'm still guessing where I'm supposed to be. You cut canyons from the desert, you turn mountains into sand. You're wild and free, I'm full of fear, cause I cannot see the clear. Lord, I've wasted so much time. Wash these worries from my mind. Whoa, whoa. Oh, oh, oh. I'm through wasting all my time. Wash these worries from my mind. Roll on, river, find your sea, move along now, don't mind me. You know where you're heading, you'll find your direction. I'm still guessing where. Lord, roll on, river, find your sea, move along now, don't mind me. You know where you're heading, you'll find your direction. I'm still guessing where. Lord, roll on, river, find your sea, move along now, don't mind me. You know where you're heading, you'll find your direction. I'm still guessing where I'm supposed to be.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. You can find out more about Mr. Johnson's music at Dan Johnson and the Salt Cedar Rebels on Facebook, and also at saltcedarrebels.com for their music. You can find out more about Jackson Street Presents on Jackson Street Presents Facebook and Twitter, and across all of Amarillo College media platforms. Ranger Online, Panhandle PBS. Join us again as Jackson Street Presents next time. Thank you, man. Great job, man. You got a strong voice, man.
Oh, thanks, dude.